Let's talk some politics, and let's start in New York. Bill de Blasio revealed yesterday that his estranged father, Warren Wilhelm, he died of suicide while suffering from terminal cancer more than 30 years ago. Mr. Blasio revealed the circumstances of his father's death in a short statement to the press minutes before the New York Post was publishing a story on the very topic. Now, in the days and weeks following his primary win, we've learned a little bit more about the Democratic candidate, like the fact that over the course of his lifetime, he has had 3 different legal names. He was once a Sandinista sympathizer, and he honeymooned in Cuba, whatever that means. And even though he was a vocal critic of the police ticket fixing, he wasn't above doing favors for relatives and making repeated attempts on behalf of constituents getting parking tickets and garbage fines dismissed. But what do we really know about him? He was not, arguably, properly vetted, Dominic, I would argue, until after this. And none of the things that I mentioned is a disqualifier. I think the family history, that's personal business. I don't know why it would change anyone's opinion of the man. But that said, I can't remember for a position like New York City mayor, this late in the game, where we're just starting to paint in the outline of the person. I mean, we saw his family, that adorable, that terrific campaign ad for him, but we still don't know who he is. Can you remember this late in the campaign for mayor now? This isn't for controller or for public advocate. This is for a New York City mayor, knowing as little as we do about the candidate.
No, actually, Richard, it's very scary. The reason why we didn't know much about Mr. de Blasio, frankly, is no one took him seriously as a serious contender to become the Democratic nominee for mayor, with the assumption being that whoever wins the primary ultimately goes on to become the mayor. All the attention was focused on Christine Quinn and Bill Thompson.
And part of it also, Dominic, not to date you, but go back to 3-4 different campaigns ago, different cycles. Back then, the print reporters who were covering this, you would have just somebody doing background for months, right? Now, the staffs have been cut down with the reality of print. That plays into it too, right?
Definitely. And to be more honest with you, you have little kids out there. I shouldn't say little kids, but very young journalists now covering candidates for mayor. It never used to be that way. But with the days of newspapers being cut, and in terms of more people looking at papers on the internet, staffs are down to skeleton size, and these are the types of things you're seeing. It is scary that we don't know much. Bill de Blasio, in all likelihood, is the next mayor of New York City. And I'll do you one better. He's already, I think Andrew is dying to make a point.
Go, finish.
This is getting me nervous.
Go.
No, go ahead. I defer to my colleague.
What do you know about Joe Lhota? You're asking all these questions about Bill de Blasio.
He has a resume.
What is it? I mean, do you really know
he worked
what
at the MTA.
Do you know
he
what
was
his
deputy
family
mayor.
history is? Do you know when he did when he was in high school?
Actually, I do, but his family history to me isn't as important.
Why?
But it's more
because to be honest, Joe Lhota doesn't have a chance of becoming mayor of New York. I mean, if you're going to look at the polls.
But if you're asking, hey, it's so late in this race and we don't know anything about this guy, I would say most voters don't know that much about the other guy either.
I at least know his resume. I know, other than he worked for the Hillary campaign, and that's in dispute what his real, juice was on the campaign. I'm only saying it's interesting and a little, I don't know if unsettling is too strong, but curious.
If you're in a 3-way race, it's wonderful to be the person that's not getting the attention.
And that's who he was.
And they both attack each
coming
other.
in right in the tail.
Oh, yeah. No, it happens all the time.
We come back, we're going to switch over to the New Jersey. There's some interesting developments there. We'll be right back.